Flights come in every day at the Boise airport. But this flight, on this day, it's a little different. Because for the first time in 80 years, Second Lieutenant Charles Atterbury finally made it back home. A soldier captured, killed, and unidentified since World War II, now returning to the state where his story began, and where his family finally got the chance to meet him.
I said, I'm glad you're home.
Oh, it was just unbelievable. I just thought, oh, how much it would have meant to his mother. I just thought I was so glad at least I was here in her behalf.
From the tarmac, the Idaho National Guard and the Boise Valley POW MIA riders escorted him through the Treasure Valley to the funeral home. Atterbury was just 26 years old when he died. Born in Parma, he did what most his family did.
A lot of military in our family. All four of the brothers served in the military. Their offspring, 5 of them, have served in the military.
Charles joined the Army in 1937. He served in Alaska for 2 years. Then he was deployed to the Philippines in September 1940. His unit, the 31st Infantry Division, fought in the Philippines as the Japanese were advancing through the Pacific. In January 1941, he was promoted to second lieutenant, defending Manila until December of that year. At that point, Charles was captured, enduring what's known as the Bataan Death March in April 1942.
Well, he survived that. 65 miles of walking, hardly any water, hardly any rations. If you fell, you died. And if you weren't dead when you hit the ground, the Japanese killed you. They bayoneted and shot people. It was terrible. We can't even, today in our society, we can't even begin to believe. You can't believe the heinous stuff that happened.
As a prisoner of war, he went through the unimaginable, surviving what were called the hell ships, which were vessels that ferried prisoners across the Pacific.
Conditions unbearable. They had no plumbing. They had no sanitary efficient. They were provided a minimal amount of, less than a cup of rice a day, and very little water.
Charles made it through these transports until January 1945.
Carrier aircraft from the USS Hornet scored a direct hit on the Murrow, killed 300 instantly.
Charles is believed to have survived the hit, but died a few days later. And for generations, this was all his family knew.
What Charles went through, I mean, as a prisoner, being on those Japanese hell ships, and being killed so close to when the war was over, and he could have come home. And it's just almost unbelievable.
His body became one of hundreds of unidentified U.S. soldiers buried in a mass grave in Takeo Harbor, Formosa. In 1949, he became one of 407 unknown soldiers in the National Memorial Cemetery of the Pacific of Hawaii. But the family wouldn't learn those details until science and time did what hope alone could not. In 2018, the U.S. military began using DNA testing to identify soldiers buried in that mass grave. Ray and other relatives submitted samples and waited.
Hi, Cassie.
On June 6, 2025,
I work for Department of the Army.
they got the call they never thought would come.
I have an update for the family regarding your great uncle, Second Lieutenant Charles Atterbury. We lost him, of course, in World War II. I really look forward to speaking to the family. If you'll give me a call back as soon as you get this.
And lo and behold, we got that impossible phone call. in June from the case manager for Charles.
A 100% DNA match.
It's just unbelievable to get a phone call like that.
For decades, the Atterbury family held on to fragments of his memories. Second Lieutenant Charles Atterbury was officially accounted for. And on Monday, in Parma, there was a full military service for a man who had been gone longer than most people at the service had been alive.
Welcome home, Charles Atterbury. May you find rest, and may our great God continue to bless your family.
Charles was placed right beside his parents. A homecoming 8 decades overdue.
The only thing I really had to say was, I wish I got to know you. I think I liked you.
After all these years, finally, he can be laid to rest with his mother and dad in that little cemetery.